What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Mauricio Sulaiman. Mauricio Sulaiman sets the record straight and reveals that Dillian Whyte's mandatory spell is not 906 days, but only 276. As he explains, he says this. He says it's been tough as some British fans are very aggressive, but that's the passion of the sport, and I respect that, said Sulaiman. It's great to see the passion of the supporter who fights for his hero. I appreciate them getting anxious and getting upset, but as long as we do the right thing, it's not easy. You cannot please every single situation because there are different aspects of it. You have to understand that we are not in a situation where we can please every single party. For example, I made a tweet of my daughter, something very positive and nice, but then you got give Dillian a shot. Every single comment joked Sulaiman before being argued by a former world champion Nelson put an end to the debate. Okay. He says, we addressed this to Dillian Whyte with Eddie Hearn, the promoter, and with his representatives the right way. We met several times and we offered several alternatives to attend to his wanting to fight for the WBC. And we offered interim titles just to get things going. He's the interim champion and he's ready for February 2021. The champion, winner of Fury versus Wilder 3, has to fight Dillian Whyte because he is the mandatory contender. Dillian Whyte was supposed to defend against Povetkin. I don't know if that will be postponed or will happen later this year. He had it. But it looks like 2021, the date we almost certainly have to be pushed back due to the coronavirus outbreak. Fury and Wilder are not expected to collide again anytime before October this year. This leaves too short a turnaround for Whyte. Okay, this summer of 2021 would be more likely a benchmark. Then Whyte will finally get his chance after a frustrating 2-year wait. Now, this doesn't look good, okay? Because what it is now, they're trying to prorate the days that Dillian Whyte was waiting. Dillian Whyte was waiting for an opportunity for a very long time, and it wasn't 276 days, okay? And in this article, it doesn't even reveal that it was 276. You know, if he's looking at the time when they reinstated him from the time where he has to fight, it's still not, it doesn't add up. Because you have 276 days. So you have June 20th, so whenever they stripped him, then you have now. That's still not 276 days. So I don't see where they get it from, honestly. And looking at this, they said we've offered many alternatives. Well, they have. At first, they've offered that the guy that they appointed the mandatory, which was Dominic Breazeale, they offered him a chance to fight Dillian Whyte for an eliminator. However, when Tyson Fury backed out of the initial 50-50 split fight when he was with Frank Warren exclusively, then they snatched Dominic Breazeale out of that negotiation, made Dillian Whyte a fucking bench warmer, a back burner, right? And continued him to be the mandatory for Dominic Breazeale. You can't blame Dominic Breazeale for that at all. You should blame Mauricio Sulaiman because he was the one that had that in his hand. Now, according to this, if you listen to what he said that it looks like the initial February 21st, 2021 date will almost certainly have to be pushed back due to the coronavirus outbreak. Do you know what that means? That means they won't give this man a chance, and they'll blame it on the coronavirus. So at first they blamed it on some bullshit UCAD drug thing where they got involved, which they shouldn't have been involved at all because they are regulated through VADA, which was stupid, right? Then now they're saying, hey, because of the coronavirus and everything will be pushed back. It looks like now, because of the coronavirus, you won't get your opportunity at the deadline of February 21st, which is shitty. And what I see now is exactly what Eddie Hearn's saying and said before. Now I get it. Eddie Hearn was simply saying, you know what? The fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua could happen. And now I see how. They're going to once again put Dillian Whyte on the back burner, right? Mauricio Sulaiman does have, at this point, I clearly see he has no respect for Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's a hothead, a threat, a person that he doesn't really even take seriously to be that. That's a person that deserved every particular thing, have earned every right to fight for the title, but didn't get it because simply the Sulaimans didn't like him. Mauricio didn't like Dillian Whyte. He didn't like the fact that he was outspoken. He didn't like the fact that he was calling them out on that bullshit. And on that bullshit was real. He had the right to the interim champion. You just give someone something. Yo, you don't give anyone anything that already deserved and earned the right to be where he's at. And that's the problem. It's too many of these WBC rules that these rules are allowing certain fighters, and it's a respecter of person, to give these guys a franchise belt or a mandatory like they did with Dominic Breazeale. That's why Deontay Wilder fought Dominic Breazeale. Finally. Right? Because they allowed it, the WBC. Now, in this situation, we're saying because of the coronavirus, because everything is pushed back, they can say, you know what, Dillian Whyte, you have to wait longer. And that's the problem in this whole situation. And I can see why Dillian Whyte is where he's at, you know. And the only thing I can say to Dillian Whyte is he has to sit back, observe the bullshit, I guess, and take it. He could take it or say fuck it, you know what I mean? Because he's still the man. He's the unofficial man in the heavyweight division. In fact, he is the interim champion. He is the WBC silver, okay? Tyson Fury is the WBC super world heavyweight champion. But hopefully, Tyson Fury won't take the same route as Deontay Wilder. However, it's hard to really overlook Anthony Joshua, which is the unified champion. So once again, Dillian Whyte is in a rock, in a hard place type of situation, and he's stuck in the middle. And it's bad because according to this, they're trying to justify the fact. Before it even happens, they're trying to tell you and give you a cushion before they slap you with this information. Dillian Whyte will not fight for the title in February 2021. As much as they said, as much as they promised, they snatched the opportunity from him. They know damn well Tyson Fury was not a mandatory. He was not. He was a voluntary. Okay? It was a rematch clause because those guys fought to a draw and they wanted to do it again. Even when the WBC regulated them to fight, Tyson Fury showed his dominance and star power by saying, fuck off. I'm not fighting Deontay Wilder. If Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight me, what are you going to do, Mauricio? Kick rocks. And that's exactly what he told him to do, and that's what he did, right? So they just snatched Dominic Breazeale and put it in the place of Tyson Fury at the time. He knocks out Breazeale in one round. He fights Luis Ortiz. Then they, in between those fights, they take it away from Dillian Whyte, his opportunity that he's worked for, because guess what? He's a threat, okay? He's an obstacle. He's a hazard to the heavyweight division in the WBC plans. So they snatch that from them and they say, you know what? You can't fight for next year. We're going to make it the year after. Now it is the next year. Now they're saying that, oh, it'll be pushed back due to the pandemic. You see what I'm saying? They're making another excuse why Dillian Whyte can't fight for what he earned. Simple. And it's sad. It's real sad when you hear this type of stuff going on. And again, Mauricio Sulaiman has decided to conveniently use the rules when it fits him. Okay? In this situation, oh, it's a coronavirus, so, you know, and he's looking for money. So he would rather see Tyson Fury fight Anthony Joshua. And this is not about what the fans want at this point. It's about what's right in the sport of boxing. What's right for the particular fighter. Is this fair for Dillian Whyte? He earned his shot, so give him his shot. Okay? Now, of course, I see what Eddie Hearn is trying to imply, because he knows Mauricio Sulaiman, he knows his habits and his tendencies, and he knows what he is likely to do. And more than likely, if Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder, guess what? He's not going to even care or uplift that or uphold that fight with Dillian Whyte. What he's going to do, he's going to push it further back. And it's sad. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Mauricio Sulaiman saying, backdating the date that Dillian Whyte deserves the mandatory to a shorter amount of time that makes it less significant. You guys leave your comments below. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.